Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I have asked our very wonderful Emily Abbott, who is our Group Marketing Manager at the Elliott Scott Group, to join me on a discussion around LinkedIn. Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. Hi, Zara. How are you?
I'm very, very well. I've just been getting a lot of questions around LinkedIn and its usefulness and its value. And, in the industry that I'm in, I am on it literally every single day. So I just thought this is a perfect opportunity to talk to somebody in marketing like yourself who really understands its benefits and its uses and how I can potentially help some of my clients and my candidates.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's such a great opportunity on LinkedIn. It's one of the fastest growing social media platforms at the moment with over 830 million members, which is huge. And
Wow.
most organizations are on LinkedIn and using LinkedIn, either looking for talent themselves or through recruiters such as ourselves. And interestingly, 95% of recruiters use LinkedIn to find new talent now. So it's definitely the place to be if you're
Yeah.
searching for a new opportunity or seeing what's out there, or you want to learn more about different organizations.
Yeah.
So, what about from your side, Zara? What do you find that you look for or that employees are looking for when you're using LinkedIn? That would be very interesting to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you have just said because it's true. It is genuinely the first thing that I go to when I'm searching for candidates or keeping up my candidate pool. I think, previously, one of the best things about Charlotte Frank is our database. We have a strong, strong number of candidates that have been on our system for a very, very long time. We've maintained those relationships with, I'd say, 80% of them. But I have found that candidates of all levels are very, very active on LinkedIn at the moment. Candidates from, fresh grads, they are out there with their profiles. So for me, what I look for, really, it's consistency. If there's gaps in between jobs or, life changes, of course, with discretion, I would say make note of them. If you've gone on maternity leave and been fortunate enough to have some time out, which I personally have myself, I think it's important to make reference of that if you have had a break. If there's been a sabbatical, if you've been traveling, all of those things, I actually really like to see that. So I think, keeping information correct and updated and as consistent as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's some really good tips there already, and it's good to hear kind of what you look for as well. And then from my side, I can kind of run through how best to build your profile, other tips and tricks for LinkedIn, if that would be helpful for your audience.
Yes, I'd love it. As would they.
Perfect. Yes. So I run a lot of internal sessions with our consultants and our different team members around using LinkedIn, different tips and tricks, and at the very base, building up your profile so they are presenting themselves in the best way possible. So then over the years, I've built up a lot of tips around that. So starting out, ensure that your profile is just up to date. Make sure that you have a professional headshot, a banner image, and a good header title as well. Basically, make use of all of your real estate that you have on your LinkedIn profile. And interestingly, a profile with an image, well, a headshot, a photo, it is 14 times more likely to be viewed, which
Wow.
is, yeah, interesting, isn't it? So definitely make sure you've got that on there. That will really help improve your chances. And then moving on to your about section, ensure that you write a concise bio there that summarizes your experience and your career. This is basically your elevator pitch, is what you're putting there.
Almost like a bit of a condensed cover letter.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a good
Mm.
way to think about it. And then moving down to your experience, I always recommend here under each of your roles to utilize bullet points and just highlight your key achievements and keep this section concise. Don't write big, long essays or paragraphs about what you did in the role. People want to be able to just quickly get what your key achievements were in each of those roles.
Adding on to that, key
Yeah, definitely.
achievement, perhaps interesting projects that you might have taken on in your time in your role that might even be a little bit outside of the box of what a technical office manager, EA, COO would have been.
Yeah, definitely. And any stats as well. If you like did X and got X results, that's always really great for people to see, kind of push that. And then going on to the other sections of your profile to ensure that you have an all-star profile, which is the best of the best on LinkedIn. So ensure that other sections such as education and your skills are completed. That will also really help you stand out. And then also it just helps elevate your profile further and gives people just more information about who you are as a person, what you've achieved as well, education wise.
Yeah, I mean, very, very interesting. And I think also, I know something as a recruiter and in my industry, I do make note of things that have been going on people's profiles, their activity, what their interests are, what they've liked, what they've commented on. I find that really interesting when I'm sourcing the right person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it really helps add to the platform as well. So kind of the next point that I have is about posting. So if you start posting on LinkedIn, that's also going to really help get you noticed and start building your personal brand. And then if you are going to start posting or you post already, just be sure to keep it professional. Think of some passion topics of yours, and then you can find and share articles that link to that. You can post about your milestones as well. You can post about your work life. So we always find on LinkedIn that pictures do really well. So like team outings, etc. All of that just kind of helps enhance prospective employees' vision of you and who you are, and it helps you stand out. And linking into that, again, another stat, I like to share a few stats to really hit these points home. So 99% of people on LinkedIn do not post. So a lot are kind of just browsing and looking, seeing what other people are posting. But if you get involved in the community, that really helps you stand out yourself.
I feel, in the last few years, especially as everyone's been working from home with the uncertainty of COVID, I feel like LinkedIn has really come on leaps and bounds, because what perhaps it was once seen as, I feel like it's just so much more now. I feel like it's such a learning tool and an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of the fastest growing social media platforms that we're seeing kind of since the likes of the early days of like Facebook and Instagram. But obviously this is them for the professional community. So a really great opportunity to get involved in. And I like to tell people as well, kind of linking to that as the final piece of advice, is interact on LinkedIn. So make sure you're building your network both in your profession and with those that could help further your career, such as recruiters like Zara and the amazing Charlotte Frank team. They're there to kind of help you, present you in the best way possible and find the right opportunities for you. And if you comment on your network's posts, that helps increase your visibility and adds value to your communities and helps build your brand. So just kind of get stuck in, get involved, join the community. 90% of people on LinkedIn don't leave comments either. So there's still this massive opportunity to build your brand and get noticed. And hopefully that will resonate with your network and your EAs and your office managers.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't doubt it at all. I think this has been really, really useful. And I think it's definitely an opportunity for people to sort of put themselves out there and something I really like seeing is, when I see people's progression, and what they've achieved in their over their career, it's just at a snapshot, it's really good to see the kind of individual that you're potentially going to be speaking to, and where they're wanting to go and what they've done. It's exciting to be on that journey with them. Well, Emily, look, thank you so much for your time. I really feel that this has been certainly very insightful. You know how I feel about statistics, so I appreciate the ones that you've given me.
You're welcome. It was great to catch up and share this with you.
Yeah, fantastic. Looking forward to the next one.